up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Chicken Bone Alley, brought to you by Earl Ramey Racing Engines, SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, and RK Motorsports Consulting, along with Profab Headers and Exhaust. What is up? I'm David.
I'm Sterling. What's up, y'all?
What it is.
What's up?
You still tired?
We got some good rest last night, man.
I'm glad you did.
NyQuil works wonders.
I should have took some myself.
Dude, if you ever need to sleep, just take NyQuil.
I probably wouldn't have woke up, though, if I took it.
Well, we didn't, really.
Oh.
But, you know, probably going to take some more tonight, to be quite honest with you.
I was so tired last night and couldn't go to sleep.
Yeah.
It was one of them deals that just laid there like, why can't I sleep?
Yeah, that's how I was kind of Friday night. So anyway, so I went and watched my beautiful girlfriend, Mary Stephen, in semifinals in the, I'm probably going to screw it up.
Oh, Lord.
Maybe the ISHA. I think that's right.
Sounds good to me.
I'm probably going to mess it up. She had to correct me. Anyway, it was in West Virginia, in pretty much Morgantown, West Virginia, where the University of West Virginia is. So I left Friday afternoon and jumped up there. Well, kind of jumped. It's about 8.5 hours up there. They were already up there and getting everything prepared and ready for the weekend, man. And they did awesome. Whole team did wonderful. She won her class.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. So her and quite a few other ones. They won one overall. Team won overall. So really good job. They all did great. And moving on to the Nationals in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So,
moving on up.
So man, she keeps winning, man. I tell you what. At least we got a winner. At least
Somebody's winning.
At least somebody's winning.
I should have went and raced myself.
You should have.
I should have went and raced.
You should have. You should have stayed home and went and raced yourself.
That's what I should have done. But we got the body and everything off the car.
You're running like a modified.
That would have been awesome. I'd love it. It'd be a lot cooler in there.
A whole lot cooler.
Because it was hot last time.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even that hot outside. But I realized you put a windshield in something, in any type of race car, it gets hot inside. Like, really hot.
Oh, it does. No doubt about that.
So, but we I went to a racetrack this weekend. But I got a good one. I got to talk about. This was the most interesting part of mine and Landon's trip, probably. And I talked to Sterling during this, so it's kind of going to be telling a story. We'll conversate back and forth about it, but it's going to be more or less telling a story because he was on the phone. As he was driving, we were driving. We just kept calling each other back and forth because we were all bored and riding.
Yeah.
So, anyway, me and Landon ended up leaving late Friday evening. Well, I say late. It was like 7 o'clock when we left. 7:30.
Pretty late.
Yeah. So I said, let's head on up. We'll go to. I said we'll stop in Columbia. I said me and you will stop at Hooters, get us some wings. Go eat. Well, I'm gonna tell you what. There's two Hooters in Columbia. There's Two Notch Road and there's Harbison. Harbison tends to be the better of the two most of the time. Not all of the time, but most of the time.
Nah.
Sometimes not most. I don't know.
Well, I hadn't been in a long time, but
it depends if they have smoke.
It used to definitely be the better one.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah, no doubt.
Well, all right. So we get there. Me and Landon get there. We go to walk in, and they got a little sign up there. It says, "We are short-staffed in the kitchen. There will probably be a 30 to 45-minute wait." Or no, it said 45 minutes to an hour. And so I was like, crap, whatever. But the thing is after you pass Harbison, there's not really anything to eat. I mean, you can go down Harbison and go across town and stuff like that, and you can find something to eat.
Could have made it Anderson Hooters probably by the time you got your food.
Maybe. I thought about it because I really thought about staying right there at that one. But I was like, I don't know if we'll get there in time to eat there. So I was like, well, we'll just stop at this one.
Right.
So that was plan. Well, that was actually plan A, but I didn't know if we had enough time. So we went to plan B. Yeah. So girl comes up there to the front. She's like, it'll probably be about 30 minutes. I said, okay. Well, by the time I made it anywhere else, it'd be 30 minutes later anyway. So, by the time you get back in the truck, go somewhere, figure out where you want to eat, park, all that stuff, you'll be 30 minutes behind anyway.
Yeah.
So I was like, she said, give me a number and we'll just call you when it's ready, or when we're ready for you to come in. So, all right. Well, there was only like 7 tables with people at them, probably. Maybe not even that many.
So they were very short-staffed.
They were very short-staffed. And I didn't realize how short-staffed they were until we finally went in. Well, it was about 30 minutes. They called us, and me and Landon went in, sat down. And, Landon's like, I don't want a cheeseburger. He normally gets a cheeseburger there. He's like, but I don't know if I really want just wings. I said, why don't you get boneless wings?
Yeah.
That'd probably be a better choice for you. Okay, what do I get on them? I said, get a Texas barbecue. You'll like it. So that's what he orders. And I order smoked wings, Texas barbecue. Well, what does Hooters on Harbison do best?
Well, it reminds me of the McFlurry machine.
Dude, I'm telling you.
At McDonald's. Not that I get McFlurries, but it's always down.
But there's been a time or two.
I have been known, but...
Well, she comes back like 2 minutes later. We're out of smoked wings. You want roasted wings? I said, yeah, that'd be fine. Because the last time I ate roasted wings, they pretty much tasted just like the smoked wings.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I mean, I guess there is a difference. I mean, I know obviously the way you cook them is different. But there was one waitress that told us they cook them in the same thing.
In the same thing. That's what, right. Exactly.
So
I think we were in West Virginia when they told us that, matter of fact.
Yeah, I think we were, actually.
But it just seemed a little bit drier, but
yeah,
same thing.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, bring me those. That'd be fine. But what I will say is, being that they were short-staffed, they knew apparently exactly how many tables they could handle, because we didn't have to wait long on food or anything, even though they were short-staffed. And I'll give it to the girls at this Hooters, because they would take orders. There was one guy who was working in the kitchen, and the manager was also back there. But the girls, I guess the couple girls that were in there that could cook or knew, halfway how to cook back there, they would come out there, take an order, all of a sudden turn around, go to the back, and start cooking the order. I was like, damn, y'all got it going on.
Yeah.
So with that being said, even though we had to wait just to come in and get a table, it didn't take long once we got a table. So
right.
So it was good. And, good. And honestly, the roasted wings were pretty good. I mean, they were a little drier, like you said, but they were pretty good.
Yeah. Sweet.
So, but it was just funny. It was odd trip. It was odd Hooters. I probably felt like I should have turned around then, knowing that's how it was starting.
Sometimes you have those feelings.
Yeah, every once in a while you have that feeling. Just go home. Go home.
So there was a lot of race cars down there where you were headed, and at Livonia.
Yep.
At least let's find out who all won what.
Well, I will say our buddy Patrick Lime was up there.
Yeah.
Earl Ramey Racing Engine privateer driver, I guess we'll say. No, he runs Earl Ramey Racing Engines. We've had him on the show here before. Really good guy. He ran really good, won his heat race, so I got to give a shout out to him. But had a left front ball joint failure in the main, which was odd. Normally you don't see left fronts, but they did kind of all pile up one time, so I don't know if it broke then. He told me, he said, I don't know if it broke then or after, or just wore out. I don't really know.
Yeah.
So or either something's in a bind. I don't know. But the car was fast.
Of course it was.
The car was really fast.
Or Ramey Racing Engine and thing.
But Keenan Vandergriff brought home the win there for the street stocks. Took home $5,000, and let's see, Jimmy Johnson took home the win.
So he left there and went ran a car race?
Yeah, he ran Texas.
He got his best finish there, too.
I heard Jimmy Johnson. I was looking around. I'm like, really? Either we got a NASCAR driver or a IndyCar driver now, or a football coach. One of two over here.
Somebody racing.
But our buddy Joe Stubbs had his car there with Rocky Gasquet driving. I actually had a camera in it for them, so he had some tough luck though. They started. That was the V8 class, like stock V8s, pretty much. So he looked good. They had some. These cars were coming from different parts, different states, and basically you had to run your track, your local rules, whichever state you were in. They had a set of rules for that. You had to run that. And so some of them were running 4-barrel carburetors, some of them running 2 barrels, and there was weight differences. There was,
there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on, and you could definitely tell, and me and Rocky were talking about it, on the starts, when he'd hit the gas, those 4 barrels would pick up a little bit faster and pull him. Now, once he got rolling, it seemed to level out, So he was moving up through there, but they ended up having a radiator cap failure, and it pushed all the water out.
Yeah, that ain't good.
So that ain't good. You need water.
Need water.
You need water. So, but yeah, congratulations there to
yeah, absolutely,
Keenan Vandergriff and Jimmy Johnson.
No doubt about it, man.
Took home $5,000 and $3,000.
That's good money. Good money. In those classes for sure. So there was rain that kind of played into a lot of racing this weekend. But I know I think Atomic ran yesterday.
Atomic ran Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday evening there, and
Jimmy Owens.
Jimmy Owens, God,
yep.
Total brain fart. He managed to win up there, and also I do want to say, that right before we started recording, or as I was on the way over here, I called our buddy Kill Maven. He said to say hi to everybody on the podcast. Thank you. So, but he didn't post anything about it. That's why I was really wondering, and I didn't know what went on. But they were racing. They were support class for the Lucas Oil guys, and he got in a wreck in the heat race, tore stuff up, tore the left run up on the car. So, but he'll be back. Also, Boyd Speedway, they were running with Ultimate Super Late models this past weekend. I guess we'll talk about that a little bit. Ricky Weiss, our team SRI driver, was able to take home the win. Peyton Freeman, second.
Sweet.
So, 2 of our team SRI guys, one of our MPM guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, good weekend.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
For that.
And well, I'd say with the whole dirt stuff, it's picking back up, and with Jimmy Owens, what did he do last year to start the year?
Oh yeah.
So I kind of look at him to start picking back right where he left off at the beginning of last season. But yeah,
yeah, but he in the Longhorns now, though.
He is.
He changed over, but that can't be a bad thing for him, I don't guess.
No, I don't think so. I think Longhorns where you need to be, honestly. But yeah, so just wrapping back up. As long as the weather will cooperate.
Yeah, the weather keeps messing everybody up. One thing I do want to say real quick, and I think I'm probably going to be at it Thursday night this week. Dryden Extreme Series will be at Lakeview Motor Speedway.
Sweet.
Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise because it's supposed to rain like cats and dogs. Wednesday and Thursday.
Doesn't surprise me. Yeah, postpone it again.
Oh God, I doubt they'll postpone it this time. They'll probably just cancel. South Carolina hasn't had much luck with the Dry Dean series this year.
No, not at all. Not at all. But I will say last year we went to the Easter Bunny at Hickory.
Yep.
What was it? The 2020.
It was
in the 2021.
2020 and 2020. Yep, that's right.
And buddy Derek swept them both.
Yep.
This year I didn't get to see too much of it, but I don't think he had his best luck.
No, he had a. I'm assuming he just said mechanical failure, but I know they were changing the rear end in the car Saturday morning.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it must have been something in the rear end tore up and car looked a little banged up and everything else on Friday night. So bad luck there, but they did come back and finish 4th on Saturday.
Yeah, so that's awesome for that. And old William Byron got him a win. What night was that?
That was
that Saturday
night. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Because he left from there, flew down to and flew to Atlanta.
Yeah. So he done pretty good.
I'm tell you what, for somebody that hardly ever drove late models or anything too much, has all of a sudden become a really good super late model driver.
He is awesome with
it. And that's odd to me because typically guys that come up through super late models and everything else, you know, if they get into NASCAR, they're typically a good driver. I mean, I ain't gonna always say the best, but they're typically pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at Kyle Busch, for example. I mean, that's, you know, so they're used to a lot of power in a car, so they know how to handle them a little better. But William Byron is like completely opposite.
Yeah.
He like never hardly drove anything much before he got in.
He drove a simulator.
Yeah, he drove a simulator a lot.
Oh.
And so he got in NASCAR, and now he's turning around and getting in late models. And I honestly think it's helping him.
Well, I think a lot of guys picked up on Kyle Larson's, you know, him running so much stuff, dropping back and running that other stuff, just staying busy, staying consistent and running. Yeah. I think is making a big difference, and I think there's guys starting to see that. I mean, what Chase Elliott went and run a super late model.
Yeah, he ran a late model. I don't even know. I guess it was super. I don't even know. At Sonoya.
Yeah, Sonoya. Yeah, at Bubba's track, family's track or whatever.
Yep.
So they're moving all around and running different stuff, and I think it's paying off for sure. It definitely is. And
it was really funny because Rick Hendrick, especially, used to never like he didn't even like for his drivers to drive the Xfinity series.
Right.
Like, no, y'all don't drive anything. Now it's like every one of his drivers are driving multiple short tracks every week.
Yep.
And then, but they still don't run truck or Xfinity series.
No.
Like, nah, don't get in them things.
Right.
Them things will hurt you. But y'all can run all them all you want.
You run all them all you want. Yeah.
Because Alex here lately, been in more sprint cars and midgets than I don't know how. I mean, just crazy amount. And Kyle's just running everything but asphalt.
Yeah.
And Williams jumping in super late models, and Chase will go run whatever they let him run. He don't care what it is.
No.
He'll run midget, micro, late model, super late model. He don't care.
No, he don't.
I will give him that. He'll run anything.
He'll do whatever, man. But I guess going back to William Byron there, man, he picked up the win in Atlanta too. The new configuration, the little baby Bristol. I mean Daytona.
The baby Daytona. You are pretty much right. And let's we'll get into that here in just a minute. But first, guys, I want to go ahead and thank our partners over at SRI Performance for everything they do, for all the parts they supply. It is obviously start of the race season, guys. It pretty much everywhere. If it's not, it will be really soon. So, guys, run over to SRI Performance and get all the parts you need to make your ride fast for 2022 season coming up. When you can go online, check them out at www.sriperformance.com. And when you fill up that shopping cart on there, go ahead and click on the promo code deal and put you in C-Bone10. A C is in
chicken.
BONE 10. Get yourself 10% off there at time of checkout just by telling them we sent you, pretty much. So y'all go check them out. because they are your one-stop shop for all things racing. And you can also head over to Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, and pretty much same stuff, man. I mean, go get anything you need, all the materials you want, man.
Anything you want. Weld supplies, steel supplies, doesn't matter. Sheet metal, body work, framework, don't matter where you need it. Go get it. They got it. Yeah, same thing, man. Go get it. Go get all you want.
All the pretty colors.
They got plenty of pretty colors.
And speaking of pretty colors, though, I'm gonna go back to SRI real quick. Yesterday was first day of spring, so could get some Dracos.
Some pretty purple springs.
Pretty purple springs.
The bunny springs.
The bunny springs make you go bounce.
Yeah. Hope not. Need some different springs if that happens.
Different springs. These wore out. Yeah. Oh, cool deal. Well, speaking of, I want to go ahead and get this guy on the phone here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on the phone is a returning guest to the show, a buddy of ours. We've had him on the show, and we've had him on some lives there while we were at Charlotte last time. Our buddy AJ Miller. AJ, what's going on, buddy?
Not much. Just enjoying the cool weather up here in New York today.
Cool as it. If you're saying it's cool, it's probably cold to us. What is cool?
Oh, cool to us. Like, we just had a nice 50, 60-degree day over the weekend, and we had the shop doors open. It was great. And we wake up today, and it's about 40 degrees, 35, 40 degrees, and it's like, whoa, the wind's blowing. We're calling that cool.
Okay, because it's like 60.
That's probably cold to you.
Yeah, it's 60-some degrees here today, and I had the shop door shut all day because it was kind of cool to me.
Yeah. Yep. To us, we'd have the shop doors wide open. We'd be like, oh, T-shirts, all that. But
it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. I think it was upper 60s here today, so it wasn't too bad. Man, what you been up to since I seen you last at Charlotte, man? How's the winter treated you?
Winter's been good. We've just been working away in the shop, getting race cars built for the season. That's our main goal is to, pretty much take what we had last year and rebuild it to, 110% again, ready to roll this year. So we just been slaving away, I guess, if you want to call it that.
There you go. Hey, somebody's got to do it, right?
I hear you. We all do it every weck. Racers, we're crazy, but we wouldn't trade for the world.
No, man. That's
I love what I do, and I love working all winter, all summer on race cars. Whatever it takes to get to the track.
And when you ain't working on yours, you'll come all the way down to Charlotte from New York to just hang out at a race.
Exactly. Yep, I did too. It was awesome. World finals were great.
It was a fun weekend. Well, cool, man.
Yep.
Well, cool, man. Well, I'm assuming y'all's season. Well, I'm not assuming. I've seen some stuff. Y'all season is getting ready to get underway up north, isn't it?
Yeah, the Modified's got a few races going on here. We're we're kind of the sportsmen kind of don't get, I don't say as much publicity, but they don't get as many big shows in the early springtime. Right. So we're kind of just waiting for the weekly stuff to open up, and then it's time to kind of get going. We'll have a couple of practices and stuff where we'll get a chance to shake the cars down, make sure everything's good, and there's no issues. Obviously, you always work out all the bugs, and then we'll just be in a regular season. We'll be battling for points, titles, and all that stuff. So
there you go.
We'll basically be in the thick of it once it all begins here. It'll be about I think our first race is about April 26th or something, somewhere in that ballpark, maybe 16th.
That seems like a while, but it's right around the corner.
Yeah, no, we're kind of working away. We're just cars have been built. It's been tough getting parts up here in the Northeast a little bit, but we've had good luck with all of our sponsors helping us out, and guys like SRI Performance helping us get parts. They've been a tremendous help, because up here it's tough getting parts just anywhere. You can go to your local parts store, there's not a lot, and you ask them and they're like, oh, we don't know when we're going to get it. So
well, that's kind of what I've wondered about, especially I guess we'll call them all center steer modifieds, as not just as a general name. Northeast modifieds, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, whatever you want to call them.
Everybody's got a different name for them. But
Pennsylvania, they call them the land turtles because they're so slow compared to their sprint cars.
Well, and that's what I'm actually getting at, is because they're pretty exclusive, other than a few races, to the Northeast. Being especially New York, it seems like.
Yeah. Yep.
Is there a lot of car specific parts that you guys have to get that seem to be harder to get, other than guys running late models? There's late models all across the country, and there's kind of parts everywhere for them, it seems like. But does that seem to make it a little bit harder in times now anyway?
Oh yeah. Well, before, for us, the manufacturers knew, there's this many cars and they're only in this area. Obviously, it's just like Longhorn. They know, how many cars they got out. And they know how many parts they need to supply all them cars across the country. Our guys knew, in the Northeast, we got this many guys here and we need to supply them with these parts. And they knew that. But now it's just been so tough getting materials. And, even some of the bigger companies just been struggling really, trying to, especially sheet metals. Sheet metal's been hard to get up here in the Northeast and stuff. And, this guy's been struggling with that kind of stuff even. It's crazy. But, I think you see, I'll use it for example, but down in Texas and Louisiana, they have a modified region, center steer mod or Northeast mod, whatever you want to call them.
Right.
And a lot of those cars, and I'm not picking on these guys that, if anybody from there is listening, they think I'm calling them out or something, but their cars are kind of like, I wouldn't call them Frankenstein cars, but they're kind of a little bit more crude compared to the cars our cars are up here. Everybody runs the same thing, but down there, it's just kind of what they can get their hands on, So I think you see that, where the parts are very specific to this area. You're not going to go over to California and find a dirt modified part, that's just my example for is those guys just seeing their cars, they don't have as many parts, like the availability for parts as we do here, and that's just how it is. So, but yeah, the parts this year, they've just been tough to get, it's been a waiting game. It's been, everybody's got they're in the same boat. They're like, oh, we can't get materials. And it's, it's kind of tough, but, we'll work through it. We'll get through it. Everybody's across the country, everybody's experiencing that. So I can't just say, oh, well, it's the woes of the Northeast, but it's, I see everybody struggling with it. Tires, who knows what the tire story is going to be. And, Yeah. So,
and while we're speaking on a national level, though, I want to ask you, because you're in the game there. As we were saying, the Northeast Modifieds were exclusive to that name, Northeast, for a long time. You didn't see any down here in the South. You didn't see any out west or anything. Well, here over the last few years, it seems like ever since they took them to Volusia. All of a sudden, well, right after Volusia, we got Cherokee opens up, has a big block modified, obviously, race.
Yep.
You got the stuff in as you just said, in Texas, Louisiana, stuff like that.
Yeah, that area.
Our buddy Derek McGrew and them just went down there and ran some stuff down there. Then we have them at the World Finals there in Charlotte. So it looks like, those type modified cars are making their way, to more of a national level. What do you think it has attributed to the growth, I guess we'll say?
In my opinion, we, the modified, honestly, it's tough to watch, to get, I don't pick on you guys, but the Southern group, they like late models, the Pennsylvania West Coasters, Indiana, they all like sprint cars, in the Northeast, we love big blocks, it's hard to get somebody from a different area to see it your way, and say, this is why we love big blocks. Or, just like up here, the late models don't take off. Like, we don't have a lot of late models in New York. Right. And there's probably maybe 3 tracks that run late models weekly, and there's only 10,
That's right.
And my home track of Fulton has a 604 late model class, and they could only, it was tough getting, 10, 15 of them, and it's, so for us up here, we love big blocks, right? But down here, down your area, they love late models. And like I said, everywhere they love their own type of car, and like trying to get somebody to see it your way and say, like, these guys are, professionals too. They're not Scott Bloomquist, but they're the same type of driver, just in a big block modified. They're not the Donnie Schatz. They're like the Donnie Schatz of sprint cars, or whatever you want to say, and so for them, for like dirt car, bringing the modifieds, like you said, of Lucia, Charlotte, and then Cherokee open it up. Some of these tracks down south, like Lakeview's had a Sportsman
Lakeview.
race.
Yeah, we've had a couple of them down here.
Yep, they had the Sportsmans. They're not even running the mods, really. I mean, they're running the Sportsmans. My car. So for us, that's huge, because the Sportsman division doesn't get a lot of highlight either. They don't. A lot of people don't realize that there's Northeast big block modifieds, but there's also the Northeast 358 modifieds, which are maybe more like your guys' pro late models instead of a super. And then we have a crate model, a crate modified compared to your crate late model. And I don't think people realize that there's this many different classes. And I think that a lot of the promoters, they're starting to see that the big blocks is kind of taking off down there, and I think they're really jumping on board too. Like I said, Lakeview, Cherokee, you guys mentioned, and I think we just need a few more promoters to kind of keep bringing it around. But it's kind of taken off more, I guess I'll say, on the East Coast. So now I guess I don't know, maybe you can't call them the East Coast modified yet, because they're still primarily up here, but they're getting there. I mean, they're really getting there. So I think we just, I think I'll attribute it to, somebody taking a chance. Really, that's what I would attribute it to. Taking a chance and the fans liking it. The fans seeing it instead of seeing the same classes they've seen, for 20 years, all of a sudden they bring something new and exciting. I think, I think that's what I can attribute to. Somebody took a chance and it paid off.
I will say, I think, and I'll throw out another one of our Team SRI Motorsports drivers, when Stuart Friesen came over, when he was running the truck. Well, he had, been running modifieds forever, it seems like.
Yeah.
And then when he was down in Daytona running trucks, and then everybody's like, well, he's going over to Volusia tonight to run the modified over there, and everybody followed him over there. And I think that's really, I mean, we need some big names to put on the map, to get you guys down here.
Yes. Yeah, because I think, with the exception of a few people like Stu, I mean, Stu's lived like 5 minutes from my house. I mean, the guy he's ran big block modifieds forever, and for him to be in a truck, that's big for us. But without the big sponsorship he has, there's no big truck teams taking on another big block modified guy and bringing him into NASCAR. And it's a very fine line. You don't see a lot of modified guys getting in NASCAR. I feel like, but it's tough because there's not a lot of us, compared to the national level. You got a lot of late model guys, sprint car guys that run every track in the country, on a given night, so it's hard to get somebody to take a chance on a modified driver and bring him to NASCAR, so for what he did, I mean, I guess that's kind of like a pioneering the way for more drivers, I think.
It is, but I do think that the tide has turned a little bit, and these cup owners, or NASCAR team owners, for obvious reasons, because of people like Kyle Larson, are looking at the dirt world now to look for new drivers, see who's fast out there. So
Exactly.
I think the more growth that the modifieds get throughout the East Coast, as we were saying, especially, it's gonna really put it on the map, man.
For sure.
So anyway, moving on from that, man. Tell us about your season coming up, buddy, and what you got going on this year.
Well, we're in the process of rebuilding our 21 car, our Bicknell. We have all Bicknell chassis, so we're just we're working away on that, just trying to rebuild it, bring it back up to tip-top condition. We ran it all season, so it needs a little seasonal maintenance. And then we built a brand new 2022 Bicknell to put together as another Sportsman car. So we'll have two top-of-the-line Sportsman cars, and then we have our 358 modified that we run part-time. When I get a chance to, we're not allowed to run a lot of mixed shows where you run a modified and a Sportsman. They don't really like that too much. Right. Kind of a tough deal. But it's tough on us too, trying to get me out of the car and in the next car at the track. There's just a lot of logistical stuff that kind of plays into it too, that the tracks don't like, and it's just tough on us too. So like I said, but we have that, and that's been ready to roll since last season. We ran one race with that, so we're hoping to bring that out a few more shows. We're going to run probably as many as 358 Super Dirt Car Series races as we can. And then we'll be back on the Sportsman Super Dirt Car Series, which is awesome because we kind of took a break from that last year. We missed one of the shows because it looked like it was going to rain, and we were, a little ways away. For us, like a lot of the tracks are quite a distance for us, so we saw the rain, we missed it. It just didn't work out for us that day, and we ended up missing out on the points. So we'll be back on that and traveling this year, which will be fun. And but we'll be back at our home track, Fulton Speedway, Saturday night, and then Friday night we're hoping to be Utica Rome. But we'll see. We'll see where the season takes us. You never know.
Sounds like fun, man.
Oh yeah, a lot of racing. I can't wait. I'm excited because last year I don't know why, but to me it just didn't seem like we did enough racing. I was watching midweek shows on TV instead of being at the track. But it just it just didn't work out last year that way. We had like I said, we had parts issues, and I think we ended up breaking a rear ring and pinion in one of our rear ends and just couldn't get parts for it. It's so tough.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to chance a points championship at our local track to go run a few special shows and pick up like that. So but I mean that's the plan this season. We're gonna run as many races as possible. We put a lot of new parts on the cars. And me and my crew, we always spend a ton of time maintaining everything every week, and during the off season everything's, I mean, you can't even tell that most of my parts that I put back on the car they've been reused for a couple seasons or something. Most people just put the same dirty parts on, but we go over it with like a toothbrush and just clean everything. It's just crazy. I'm very meticulous. I don't know if I have OCD, but I feel like I do.
At least the tendencies.
Yeah, I have the tendency for it. Yeah, for sure. But so yeah, I mean we're gearing up for a long, hard season, and hopefully it'll be rewarding in the end because we were close in the points championship at Fulton last year, and I'm really looking forward to getting back there and hopefully maybe contending for the championship this year. I mean, I know we were close. We just missed it by maybe a race or so. So.
Well, hey man, it's one of them things, and I realized this a long time ago, and I think there's a lot of people that are realizing this now. It seems like the more you race, as long as you can keep everything together, the more you race, the better off you are. I guess it's one of them, if you don't use it, you lose it type deals almost. It's not that you get bad in the car. It's just, I don't know, just a repetition of it just makes perfect out there.
Yeah, I mean, that's more races we put in, it just seems like we get better. We make more notes. And the competitions always get harder. You never, especially at Fulton, we run there Saturday nights. There's 60 guys competing for a points championship there. That's that's a weekly basis. That's that's just your weekly track. It's crazy. That's what you get for like a big series race. And that's crazy.
We don't get that down here for anything.
Yeah. But that's crazy. I mean, just for us, that's crazy because we get so many guys just on a weekly basis, and it's for us to be even in the top 5, top 10 in points at one of them tracks at the end of the year, that means you did your homework all season. You were being consistent. That's one of the things we pride ourselves on is consistency. And also you maintained your car well. You didn't have any failures, and you kept your nose clean all season, avoided wrecks, didn't get in any scuffles, So for us, that's, that was huge. We finished 4th in points at Fulton, and I think, we could have got more had we just been a little bit better. We probably, like I said, we probably missed one race if we would have won. It's just it's that racer if we would have,
Oh yeah. Yeah, always that. Well, cool.
But to be that close, I'm happy. So we're looking forward to this season.
For sure, buddy. Well, who's all helping you out on the car this year, man?
Oh, we got a ton of people. We returning. We got Pioneer Windows. We got Bill Lake Holmes, Kelman Scrap. We got all sorts of people. We got Kennedy Architectural, Soul Hardware, Soul Track Trailer Repair. So those guys are all of my my big returning sponsors. And then we got, I can't even say new, but some of them are just stepped up in a big way. But we got VP Racing Fuels on board again. They're supplying us with all of our fuel and oil. We hooked up with Z-Max. Z-Max came on board, and dealing with them to get some aerosol stuff, keep our cars maintained properly, and lubricated well and all that. And then we're working with Swift Springs on all my springs, and they keep me, I guess, keep me in the right direction.
That's right.
And then SRI Performance stepped up big this year. They're going to be supplying us with all of our Strange Oval by SRI, all of our PSC by SRI, and all of our Outpace rods. We have new Outpace rods in all cars now. So we're really excited about that. And I mean, they hooked us up with anything else we needed. Our rack is full of parts and supplies. Any kind of fluids we need. They just hooked us up pretty good. And I'm very thankful to be working with all the people that I am. So it's been very, very long journey to get to this point where we had a good group of sponsors, and I think we finally made it to the point where I can rely on these, all my monetary sponsors. I guess I'm not digging at them, but my monetary sponsors have been there forever, but now it's just kind of, we're working with companies that provide us with products, and it's been a long road to get to that point where we can, I guess, market with these guys,
That's right.
So.
For sure, man. Cool deal. Well, I'm glad to hear it. Glad to have you on board. Obviously, the under the Team SRI Motorsports banner with us here.
Oh, for sure.
It's
for sure.
It's good to have good people hanging out with us all the time, and working with us. So who all is as far as personnel wise, who all is helping you turn wrenches on that car week in, week out?
Oh, I got my dad. My dad's been our car owner for years now. I mean, I've always ran for our family team, I guess if you want to call it that, but my dad's been the car owner, so he's a big, huge help to me. And my girlfriend, she's a huge help. She travels everywhere with me. Me, her, and maybe one of our crew guys get to the track, and my dad shows up a little later. He's at doing business or whatever. He just got stuck at work, whatever. So we're all traveling, and we get there, unload the car, and that makes it easier on him. He doesn't have, when he gets there, he doesn't have to work so hard. But I got my cousin working with me. I got my one of my buddy Craig. He's been around forever. He actually, when I raced go-karts, was my parts dealer. He used to set the car up and helped us out and dealt parts, dealt carts, tires, whatever. They were a big parts dealer in the go-kart age, and we just turned out to be good friends of ours. We used to go to dinner all the time and hang out. And when I got into stock cars, he finally kind of hung it up on the carts and came over and helped us with the stock cars. So I'm thankful for that. I got a couple guys that come to the track. Rick, he works for my dad, and Rick's been a huge help. He used to haul one of my race cars to the track for me before we had a stacker, so we could have two cars, and so it's just, I'm probably forgetting a few people, but I'm just thankful for all them people that, come and help me. And, I've met a ton of people over the years that they live 2 hours away from me, and they're like, hey, you're at Fulton tonight, we'll be there, so I'm thankful for them. And,
nice.
Just thankful for all the good people I've been surrounded with.
For sure, buddy, for sure. They say it takes a village to raise a child, but I tell you what, it also almost takes a village to race a car too. So.
Oh, for sure. Man, especially three. You're talking a village to work on just one car, let alone three or four or five. How many you got? But we get it done. We do the best. I call it the best maintenance around. We just do preventative maintenance, check everything every week, clean it. Everything looks like brand new every week. So my guys do a heck of a job keeping these things up and running for me, and we all work hard together. We all enjoy it, and I'm just excited. I'm excited for the season. I can't wait.
That's my thing about your all season. I know we're going back and forth a little bit, but that has always been crazy to me about, and it's not just y'all, it's even sprint cars, especially everything that races in the Northeast is y'all start a lot later in the year, but y'all are raced 3-4 times as much as we do down here in the South. It's like y'all run every night of the week if you can.
Oh yeah. Well, this a couple of years ago during COVID, they had. We have a thing called Super Dirt Week normally, and that's in October, about the 3rd through the 9th or so. Not sure of the dates completely, but anyway, they couldn't have it due to the COVID. It it sucked because it's been around. This is our 50th year of it up here in the Northeast. So if you've never seen it, 50th year is probably going to be the biggest. So get out and see it.
That's right.
But anyway, they couldn't have it, so they had Oktoberfest where we traveled to 6 different tracks in 7 days, and it was, I guess I'm not complaining, but it was rough. It was tough to get to all them tracks, but we showed up to Fulton, our home track. We went to a lot of the races. We ran third at Malta. There's 80 guys there. You show up to Fulton Speedway, there was 105 sportsmen. There was 70, 75, 80 modifieds. These guys are hungry to race, and that's why I said, like, Fulton's always got 60 cars. Well, them 60 plus another 60, of just out-of-towners, Canadians, anybody. And it's crazy. It was crazy. We ended up finishing third that night. And we kind of sat there in victory lane. I was all excited. Then I was like really excited when I got back to the truck, because I'm like, man, that was 105 race cars. Like, third place at Fulton's good. That's really good. Anybody that can do that, you're doing something. And then it's like, there's 105 cars, so
anybody can do that anywhere is doing something.
Yeah. So our guys up here are just, they're hungry to race. That's what they want to do. As soon as that season, as soon as the season opens, mud season's done and racing's ready to start, they're hungry. They're, let's go, let's race. So
fix that. Y'all jump off snowmobiles and into race cars. So
exactly. Yep.
And every once in a while, you might ride the snowmobile to the racetrack still. Who knows?
You might. Today, it feels like we might be doing that.
But, cool deal, man. Well, I want to touch on something else really quick. I don't want to get too far in it, because I think we're going to try to get our buddy Randy Keene on here with us one night and really dive into it. But you were going out with a new venture, I guess we'll say.
Yeah, so we've I'll start off by just kind of giving a little backstory on it. But we've been doing a little bit of fabrication work up here, and we've been doing bodies and stuff for race cars. And that's our business, Miller Fabrication. We do a lot of that. And it's been tough to get metal. So we came down to Charlotte in November for the World Finals, and we kind of had one goal in mind. Obviously, one was to have a good time, and we did. You got the SRI team, and everybody else gave us a good time. But the next goal was to kind of set something up to get metal here in the Northeast, to get supplies. You guys got a lot of supplies for your late model guys across the country, and we've kind of been struggling. So we ended up working out a deal to be the exclusive dealer of stock car steel and aluminum up here in the Northeast, under the banner of M2 Metals. That's our business. So yeah, we're the exclusive dealer, and that's just it's taken off. We've been doing a lot of business, been selling a lot of metal. It's pretty good. The Northeast guys really like it, and we're trying to do it under the same business model as stock car steel kind of offers down there. They just, they deliver everything to everybody, and they kind of help everybody out. And you need it, we got it. It's kind of what we're trying to provide. So
good deal. Can't ask for any more than that. Well, like I said, we'll definitely want to let everybody know about that, but we're gonna set something up, like I said, with Randy, and try to get a whole lot of info out of there about M2 Metals and stock car steel and aluminum for everybody.
Yeah,
so
sure.
So we'll get him on here soon and have you
For
back,
sure.
and we'll really dive into that.
Yeah, really, that'll be fun. We'll definitely kind of give the whole backstory of it, really, and kind of maybe give a little bit of info on kind of what we're doing a little more, and I guess just kind of, it'd be fun to get on here with Randy too and talk some racing. I know he's a very talkative guy, loves to talk racing, loves to talk race parts, metal, whatever, anything racing. He likes to talk it, so we can me and him get along great. That'll be a good show. That'll be one to tune into.
That's right. Well, so in the meantime, till we do that, what if anybody needs any supplies metal wise up there? What's the best way to get in touch with you guys?
So we have our Facebook page, M2 Metal LLC, and you can always contact me on my phone number, 518-224-9556. I don't usually throw that out there. I always put that on my Facebook, so anybody needs anything, they can call me there, or we got an email on our Facebook too, so all of our contact info's there. Feel free to call us if you need anything. We got it. If we don't have it, we can get it, because you guys got it down there. So stock car steel pretty stocked right up. So we're we're excited to be working with them and excited to have this new venture.
That's right, man. Cool deal. Good deal. Well, cool, man. Well, I'm gonna tell you, buddy, I can't wait to check you out on the track some this year, and we're gonna have you back on soon here, but hopefully we'll have you on not too long talking about some season wins, man.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited. I'm really happy to be on here with you guys and get to share a little bit of what's going on in Northeast here at our place. And I'm really excited. I hope we get a couple wins up here. You know, I say a couple, probably a little more than that. I hope, but be able to share with you some wins and kind of just chat over the season. Hopefully, I got some good news to report when I'm back. So.
All right. Well, that sounds good, buddy. Well, good luck, and everybody, Mr. AJ Miller, he going for some more, another championship this year.
Thanks, guys.
All right, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, awesome of AJ Miller to stop by, hang out with us for a while. Man, they got it going on up there in New York. There, they are ready to tackle the season for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm well, like you say, man, it's so cool up there because any day during the week, you get off work, go get something to eat,
go to a racetrack. There's a racetrack, and there's so many of them.
They're everywhere, dude. It's really cool for sure. So I know they're getting ready. They're excited to get the season started for sure up there, and look forward to seeing them guys, man. They put on some heck of good shows, man. They really do. All those classes put on really good shows. So yeah, I know they're ready and getting into the steel venture up there too. You just keep on moving it around, man.
Yeah, so go if you're in the Northeast, head over to M2 Metals. If you need some of them same products that they carry at Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, head over to M2 Metals, and they'll hook you up with everything you need. And like I said, we're gonna venture into that a little more ourselves here in the next few weeks, probably.
Yeah, for sure. But as you said, there was some Earl Ramey racing engine power in Georgia this past weekend.
There was, and it was fast as always, man. I talked to Earl this morning, so it's always good to hear from Earl. And guys, it shows on the track every week. Every race, when there is a dirt race anywhere, especially dirt race, there's some asphalt stuff that you see some Earl Ramey racing engines in, but especially dirt. That's just his passion. So whenever there's a race, there's a Earl Ramey racing engine, and normally it is up front.
Yeah, no doubt.
And so, guys, if you need good power to put under the hood of your car, your race car, head to Earl Ramey Racing Engines. Tell him we sent you, and he might buy you a Pepsi Cola or something.
He might.
You
he
never
might
know.
curse at you. You don't never know.
I know. You don't know.
He might say something you don't want to hear.
Might tell you to leave if you tell me
he
to see you.
could.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, he's a cool guy. He's definitely the best of the best around, and treats you well, and he's always there to help you no matter what. So definitely go check him out, and when you get your engine, get your car up there, get it put in, and get on the chassis dyno and see what else you need. There's so much involved with the powertrain that can help you so much. That a lot of these sportsman classes and crate classes, they really need that because the engines are so close.
You got to get that little advantage that you every little advantage you can. And one of the best advantages you can get, some Profab headers.
Definitely bought some of them on that or Remy racing engine.
Sold at, obviously, Profab headers, but also sold at SRI Performance and Earl Ramey Racing Engines.
Anywhere you want to get them.
So,
go get them.
We're all connected. Right? It's one big happy circle, family, whatever.
Yeah, no doubt.
You get some Profab headers, get on your car. I actually got to... I need to text Andrew right now. I had somebody ask me about getting a set of Profab headers, so I need to text him, see what we can work out on it for sure. But y'all be sure to head over to Profab Headers and Exhaust. Get headers for your car. I mean, pretty much every race car there is out there, they make headers for, and it is quality that wins, obviously. I mean, you see names like Brandon Overton and I mean, that speaks for itself.
William Byrne.
I mean, yeah, what I'm saying.
Yep.
So that speaks for itself right there. So y'all head over there, get you some headers for sure.
For sure.
So speaking of William Byrne, We teased it a little while ago.
Yeah. Well, I would say that he dominated. And I think for the most part, if there was someone to dominate that race, it would have been him. I think he had 107, 108 laps or something like that. But there was a lot of lead changes. I think a record for Atlanta. I think it was 40-something I heard. I don't remember. 20-something different drivers. But it looked like a plate race or a super speedway race from what I saw.
What? All right. I'm gonna go ahead straight at it. In my opinion, now y'all please send whatever you want to debate if you feel that you need to, and I will graciously accept it. But in my opinion, I don't think we needed another super speedway.
No, I don't think so either necessarily.
It just
people, I like the old racing in Atlanta. I like the old wore out track.
Yeah.
It just showed so much. When you got so much fall off in lap times over a tire run, that makes for good racing. It spreads out, and all that, but it's slipping and sliding. I mean, it's just, but now I think I heard that the tire was no issue. The lap times
it would, but there was a lot of people blowing them.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I still don't understand what that is.
I don't either.
I don't know if that's something to do with the tire and the wheel or whatever. Yet I don't think they got that all the way completely figured out. But the cars are strong. I mean, Ross Chastain blew a tire and come back for a second.
Yeah. But I think that's also a product of the super speedway style racing, because I used to years ago, pretty much whoever had the cleanest looking car won the race at a super speedway.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what we're going to be calling Atlanta, because even I heard Mike Joy say Atlanta Super Speedway, because that's what it races like now. And used to, that was the thing, you had to have the cleanest car. Well, now, look at Daytona and Talladega. I mean, it's worse than Bristol. Whoever survives is typically who wins. I mean, they bounce off somebody's nose, they go spinning, wrecking, whatever. And there was so much of that. Record amount of cautions at Atlanta. A record number of cars involved in wrecks at Atlanta. I mean, it just, I don't know. I wouldn't. Was the racing exciting? Yeah. The race was really long.
Yeah, about 4 hours.
Really, really long. It started at 4. It started at 3. Well, 3:30, I think, is about the race time. I know at 7:30 it was still going. Pretty sure. I think it was about the time it ended.
Yeah.
So I think it was about 4 hours. So I don't know. I'm of the opinion with all those super speedway races. I mean, and I know I catch some flack for this. Yes, I want the Daytona 500 to stay Daytona 500. But the first 490 miles, or first 480 miles of it is pretty daggone boring.
Yeah,
typically.
Yeah, well, I hope Atlanta don't get that way. But we'll see what happens. I guess there's still got a lot of learning to do with this car and track being the way it was. But
I just wish, and hindsight's 20/20, and I know they may not care. They may think it was one of the best things ever. I wish they would have tried the new car at least 1 year.
Yeah, on the old surface. Yeah, because California made for one of the best California races. And that track was 4 slap out. So, yeah, I agree. I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. But, it's basically just another super speedway for sure.
Yeah, and it was the same thing throughout every Xfinity or trucks. It was all just drafting. Yeah. And everybody wanted to be in second. They did not want to lead.
No.
That's what you heard everybody saying. I just want to set up position in second to be able to get that run on the last lap.
Right.
That's not racing to me.
No, it's not. No.
You should want to be in the lead every lap.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how I feel about it anyway. I don't know. Maybe I'm old school about it. I don't know if that's wrong, right, indifferent, whatever.
It's our opinion.
I guess we got to cater to everybody that has a 3-minute attention span.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, congratulations to William Byron.
Yep, 300 cars in the first 5 races.
That's pretty
For the
stout
wins.
there.
It's pretty good.
Who would have thought Chase Elliott would be the only one out of
Yeah,
that?
but he's leading
Not
the
that-
points though.
But he's leading the points.
So I guess it's okay.
There's that.
However that works, but okay.
So that's funny. So that's two, but that's two races in a row that Larson's had DNFs.
Yep.
But man, this one it was Kyle Busch was not happy with it at all.
He's not gonna be.
His interview, it was typical old school, old Kyle Busch. They started talking to him. It was a group of media there talking to him after he wrecked. Every answer was just, nope, nope, nope. I mean, I don't think he ever said anything else. Finally, he turned around to his PR person like, do I have to do this anymore? And they just walked off.
Wow.
I was like, there's that old Kyle.
Yeah, he's gonna pout.
He's back. It's a new car. You don't know. He don't understand it.
I love it.
Which is really funny because they could like the COT. He won the first race in the COT, but
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
he don't like it when he don't run good. It ain't nothing to do with new. It's just he don't run good, so he wants to pout about it.
No.
His son's got more wins.
They say Brexton won.
Yeah, well,
Can we get Brexton on the show?
we can try. We don't act like his daddy.
Well, he wins. He ought to be happy.
He ought to be.
I don't know.
Well, but anyway.
Speaking of young drivers, though, if you are a young driver or your child is a young driver, you need to head over to MPM, McAllister Precision Marketing. Talk to Tanya over there, and man, if you want your child to succeed in the racing business, you need some marketing help. That's what you need nowadays is marketing help.
Yep.
And she knows all the ins and outs of it. I've had quite a few people even message me about what's going on with her and, what can they do to advance their career. And we send them over her way all the time. And I just saw that she signed on another driver, one that's actually pretty local to us, Ross Boo Boo Dalton. Just signed on. So with MPM. So it's cool to see. Saw him the other week out at Florence Motor Speedway, actually. So and then he turned around and won at Caraway. So it's good to see. Good to see drivers signing on with Tanya there. She's got a new shirt that has just come out for the month of April. As we all know, April is Autism Awareness Month.
Yep.
And we shared it on ours. I'll be sharing it again for sure. Contact Tanya if you want a shirt. Autism Awareness Racing MPM shirt. It's a really cool design on this shirt. I love it. I'm going to get a few of them myself. It's probably going to be our racetrack shirts. So,
Yeah, that's cool.
so be cool stuff. So, y'all head over if you were looking for any career advancement, your career in racing or digital design, any kind of help that you need to further your racing career at all, you need to be with a good marketing partner. So head to marketwithmpm.com. As we always say, tell Tanya we sent you.
Yeah. She'll hook you up.
Oh, cool stuff. Well, all right. Well, what's going on this weekend?
Opening weekend for baseball for me.
I got a engagement party. I got a DJ.
That'd be fun.
Probably something little, short and sweet.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Our buddy AB's brother got engaged. So,
Congratulations, man.
Yep.
Sweet.
So I gotta go play some music.
Yeah. Well, other than that, I'm going to a Coetzel concert on Thursday night in Columbia. And then
I talked to Cole the other night. He was telling me that he went to one in Kentucky.
in Kentucky.
Yeah, he said, better bring your earmuffs.
I'm ready. I'm excited. It's gonna be.
He said that was an interesting show.
It was. Yeah. Oh, it is. He is. He's an interesting fella.
I said, well, you need to go to a Rebel Sun show.
Yeah. You can make it through one of them. You'll be all right.
You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
Yeah. So you're looking forward to that, and then, like you said, opening day for Cole, my son's baseball season.
No, I was talking about Cole DeMint, not
Right?
that
Yeah.
Cole.
No. My son Cole did not
Nah,
go
he didn't
to
go
a
to Cole.
Coetzel concert. No.
So many coals around.
Yeah. But so yeah, we'll be doing that, and then hopefully chillaxing a little bit this weekend. That'd be nice. That would be probably a good,
That would be preferred.
thing. I'm about to go chillax here in just a minute, to be honest with you.
Ain't gonna be long. I'm gonna do that same thing. I'm gonna go try to had a GoPro on Rocky Gasquet's car, on Joe Stubbs' car there. So I'm gonna go edit this podcast, and then I'm gonna go edit the video a little bit.
Mm.
It wasn't a very long race for him, so it ain't gonna take me very long.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So we'll get all that to him. But anyway, guys, I'm trying to think what is going on this weekend. I don't even know. I have to
It's
look
a
it up.
surprise.
Where's Cup race at this weekend? They keep changing the schedule. I always know, like, Thursday.
Yeah.
This
Not
is
sure.
bad. Is this bad? Should we
Nah,
know that?
nah.
Should we know that? Or should it just
No.
be a surprise to us?
It should be a surprise. That's how it should be.
I do know our buddy in Derek Griffith in 2 weeks is going to be racing at Richmond.
Yep.
They announced that.
Yeah.
Added
Sam
a
Hunt
race.
Racing, yeah.
Yeah, for Sam Hunt racing in the Xfinity series. So
Yeah. Best of luck to him for sure. Hopefully we can get him on maybe after that thing. I'd like
I'm
to
trying to figure out a way to get up there.
go, bro. 95 straight.
Phew. And it's 95. The problem is the multiple 95s every time I fill up with gas.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the issue.
Every time I fill up, it's 95.
Rent you a U-Haul truck. It's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, they fill up for me.
Yeah, I think they do. I don't
I
know.
don't know. Rent a Enterprise something teeny little car.
That's right.
Oh well. Well anyway, guys. Well, cool deal. Well, as always, want to thank all our partners on the show. Want to thank AJ Miller first for coming on, hanging out with us tonight. Also, SRI Performance, stock car steel and aluminum, Earl Ramey Racing Engines, Profab headers and exhaust, and NPM Marketing. I want to thank all of them. Y'all go help check all them out for any of your racing needs at all. That pretty much covers everything right there.
Everything.
Other than a chassis. We need a chassis sponsor.
We work on it.
We'll work on that. We'll get that soon. So, y'all head over to them, check them all out, tell them we sent you. And but also want to thank Forward Bite Apparel. Y'all go check out Cole Vanderheiden in his rookie season in the 305 sprints going on out there in the Nebraska area. So y'all check him out. But also go get you some Forward Bite Apparel. Cool stuff, really cool stuff. Got new designs out, new simple designs that I really like personally. So y'all go check them out. Get you some. Every racer wants it. Forward Bite. Go check them out. So also Checkered, the race hub. They are social media for racing. We don't get Aunt Shirley's cat. We ain't talking politics. We ain't talking none of that. The worst we'll talk about on there is not being able to find race tires. That sucks, but I can deal with it.
Yeah.
So y'all go to Checkered, check it out, check us out on there, check all our buddies out on there. So, but anyway, I reckon that's all I got. You got anything?
I think that's it, man.
Any more horse riding coming up?
She's gonna be nationals in Pennsylvania. I don't know if that's April, May, somewhere along in there. It's coming up, so I'll be headed back up north here in a couple months.
Fun.
Ready for it, man?
Wish it had been like June, so that way it go over to Pocono maybe.
Yeah, it could have been a twofer there.
Because our buddies from SRI is going to be up there then. So.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, we sure appreciate it. And we will be seeing you
Later.